Charges were dismissed today against the management company accused of manslaughter in the 2016 death of a baby girl in a mobile home fire. We discovered the company that owns 4J's trailer park on McCord Avenue works under a complicated web of companies. Prosecutors say the main issue with the case, proving who owns and operates the facility.
Is this one right here that works?
Rhonda Peltier has lived with her boyfriend at this trailer on McCord Avenue since the beginning of the year.
This trailer should be condemned.
She says their rent is $500 a month, including utilities.
You ask them, to fix stuff, and they don't.
One of her many complaints, the electrical system.
Electricity don't work hardly anywhere. You got an extension cord from this socket in there to make the TV work in here.
Fire investigators determined similar issues sparked a deadly house fire nearly 3 years ago in the same complex. It was here where 5-month-old Jenica Lozano was asleep in her crib in the back of the trailer in January 2016 when the trailer caught fire. The flames were too much for her parents to rescue her.
There were flames from floor to ceiling.
Los Angeles-based attorney Jim Pocross agreed to talk to us about the deadly night and the warning signs the family says were obvious.
On that particular day, they were getting surges where the lighting was getting darker and lighter. There was sparking that was coming out of the sockets.
It was only 3 weeks before the deadly fire that the Department of Housing and Community Development inspected the 4J's trailer park and found multiple violations. No permits, exposed wires, and safety hazards.
It was determined later that there were no smoke detectors in there. The wiring wasn't to code. It would have never been able to get a permit in the condition that it was at the time that they came out there to inspect.
The Department of Housing cited the company, but there wasn't any follow-up.
This incident and this death would not have happened if the smoke detector was in there.
At the time of inspection, 7 of 12 trailers were deemed uninhabitable by the state, including this one where baby Jenica lived with her family.
Unfortunately, this was an accident and an incident and a fire waiting to happen. I mean, it was going to happen.
An incident that forever changed a young family.
I don't think they're going to ever get over it in their whole life. I mean, this is, one of those things that happens to a person in their life that, is going to scar them forever.
Nearly 3 years later, and Peltier says nothing has changed for the families who call this complex home.
I worry about it a little bit at times because we've got extension cords everywhere.
Investigators say Pama Management operates at least 26 facilities under multiple company names, most prominently Niger Realty Incorporated.
He deals through multiple corporations, like 200 or 300 corporations, to insulate himself from personal liability.
Since the fire, we've unsuccessfully tried to reach out to the owner. The management company settled with Jenica's family for an undisclosed amount out of court.